Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo.
Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo and this is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Such a cool intro. So simple. I just love it. Almost like, hi, I'm Lee. And not the real bballjo, but I'm kind of a fan.
Hey there. So, should we see what Lee made? Yes, we should. First, let's look at the map. It's not fully built. We are in 2036. As far as I know, he built all of this from scratch, but not everything was on because this was a map that he started before water came out. So there's that part, but I don't think that neglects or negates anything that he has done because I've seen parts of this and I was pretty impressed, especially since he is a known Cities Skylines player that plays a lot of Cities Skylines the way that Cities Skylines is supposed to be played, and he found love in this game. And I think he shows it in several different places, and you'll see what I mean by that when we get to places. First, where are we here? Can anyone guess the name of this city? Is it Yugo? No. It's Pizurka. Pizurka? Yeah, Pizurka. It's down here too, but it took me about 2 minutes to actually find this name. But I think it's a cute way to use your the letters on the buildings. So cool start. But the main thing that you will see on Lee's map is if you zoom in really tightly is that there are no ridiculous ramps or ridiculous grades anywhere. And I mean that. That's something that if you watch Lee at all, you'll know that already. But let's just jump into the map, please, shall we? Yes. So I'm pretty sure this is the starting area. I'm not sure. I don't know if he told me or not, but I'm guessing this is here, starting area, because it's closest to the border. And back in the day, it didn't matter if you wanted to play on the NATO side or USSR side, or not as much at least. So I'm assuming this is the starting point. And we have a nice little city build here that has really everything that you need. There's still that weird bug of making the assets look a little funky with those white lines. It's not fixed yet, but I think it's okay. It's not really a problem. City itself looks very basic. Is that the right word to use here? I think there's a little bit of greenery built in here. Everything is very organized. I'm assuming all the people are really happy. No church, and that's really it. Kindergartens, you don't have to worry about that much. But they have what they need, and it looks like no, it's not a perfect mirror, but it's very close to one. Oh, I don't know. I like it. It works. And then this one is our actual bus station, and I'm assuming he's using. You go into this station, you load and unload, or he's using all the tricks in the book. You can only load these guys and can unload these guys. Very interesting. So that should all be working pretty well. I don't know that a lot of you use those load and unload options, but just something to throw out there if you want to. Here's a nice little loop, just rails. Obviously a lot of mods because Cities Skylines player. I mean, come on, can you play without mods? Lee? Just kidding. But no, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. The small prison is here, that looks like it's doing just fine. Heating plant, and then construction and distribution offices right here. These placed meticulously that they are touching. Look at that. The only thing that Lee didn't do here is put gray gravel down next to the buildings. I think that would have fit here, but hey, you can't have everything all the time. Let's look underground a little bit. Is it clean? Yep, it is very clean. There is some heating going on over here. There's some oil and fuel pipes here, which I wouldn't have even assumed that it's connected to this side, but it is. So neat. And yeah, we have everything that we need. And again, rail. There are three rails coming in here, and I don't even know where they go, but should we just figure it out? There's another bridge that is probably built to specs. I don't know what the grades were, but I think 4% or something like that for roads is what Lee used. And Lee, please, Lee, put the map in the description because someone's going to ask me about it. Then we have just a train distribution office that kind of fits because we have a lot of just land around it and distribute from here. You can probably easily make it to the border post here. There is a full turnaround loop for whatever reason if that's necessary at some point. There's a depot here. That makes sense to get started from there. just, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. What's going on here? I almost thought this was the BR100, just a double train setup, but it's not, obviously, because you don't actually need that in this game. And it looks like, yeah, there are 4 trains really sitting here and 23 wagons, and only 3 are at home, so that means it's actually doing what it's supposed to, and that's excellent. Farms, I don't want to spend too much time on farms. They are fine. This looks like the setup that I would use. 30 mechanisms. Yeah, you probably overbuilt this a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. Make your farms work. That's all that really matters. We have a port over here. I would say this one was built or existed in the beginning. It looks like you don't have people living in those cities anymore, but as you can see, this was a pre-populated map. So a lot of you always ask if I can make something or if I can build on a pre-populated map. Personally, I don't like it because when I place paths, the game just lags so hard on any pre-populated map. Doesn't matter how many people are on there, and I don't like it. So I'm not a fan of playing that, but it looks like Lee managed to find some mods that fit nicely into these old buildings. Potentially you also just had a couple of the old buildings available, or maybe the city was already built this way. I know that you spend a lot of time not destroying the old city. Instead, you just started building something somewhere, and then because you had to turn on the city by supplying all the things that they need, you will just move people from A to B, and then later on you move them back into the city. So there's a lot of work going on into this, which is pretty cool. There's a nice terminal. With a couple trains, a little bit of train action. That's something we should probably check out really quick. What's going on there? There's a train going that way. Are you going the same way? Actually, no. That makes me happy. That makes me think this is just a, like, in the middle type of station that they're using on both sides. But that's pretty neat. The only thing I'm assuming is that this waypoint, yes, right here, because the way that this is built, the game will go into this station via any available means. That's not going to be helpful a lot of the time, because if you come from this side and you enter the station on either of these 4 platforms over here, there's no way to turn left or to turn to this side. So you have to play with your waypoints. So I'm not surprised to see that. That's pretty cool. And then on the other side, there's only one way to get in. But Lee, I think the signal's too close together. Just judging, gotta judge. No, but that's fine. Looks like it's working, and that's all that really matters in the end. So, yeehaw, geothermal. Cool. Is this a mod? I don't even know. I don't think I ever played with geothermal. There's nothing wrong with them, but that is fine. Let's move on a little bit. We got a ship going on over here. What are you doing? You are load anything from somewhere. It's a pretty map. I can't fault you on the map at all. It's very nice. Just the things that it needs. Here's a little power plant that is connected to some oil wells that are sitting over here, with some underground piping that we're using. But hey, that's nice. That's nice. 62. Yep, that works. 35%. Well, you have some percentage of oil, and it looks like you're always empty. Oh, there's also a refinery sitting over here. Of course, you're always empty if there's a refinery involved. You need so many oil derricks to actually run these, but that's cool. Is there priority set on this? Yes, there is. I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see that there are priorities used. So pretty cool. You always have this guy running and full. That's how you're supposed to use this. Great. Looks like this is our little connection for, or little, I'm guessing, industry that just supplies maybe power and maybe the refinery. Let's see, where's the bus platform? This is the hospital, but I mean, this looks pretty nice, right? It's just like a small city, so just a small worker area. Oh, and lowered rail. It just goes down here, and I know that this slope is pretty respectable for any train, and then the road just goes effectively flat over this. That's pretty nice, and everything is centered. If anyone plays workers and resources in the pretty version, you know exactly how long this takes. It takes days to make it to make this thing exist the way that it does. Takes days, and you even have a footpath that goes across here. Oh, and you have this one connecting to the station. That is beautiful. I'm assuming this footpath was only there so you could actually build all of this stuff. If it is, you could have used simple helicopters to make this one work, but... Oh, that's pretty. I'm assuming you used helicopters here, maybe auto-build, but look at that. Actually using everything the way that it was meant to be, and it is level. That's the thing that's impressive to me, because this point in the middle is... You had to build everything to spec for this height. And that's a monster, because you go in here, you build this pedestrian overpass. This is what it is. This is all that you get. You don't know how high or how not high that is. So you... Well, eventually you can figure it out, but it takes forever to get this one to the right height, and making this work is pretty cool. And this train station, just putting it in the middle, just nice. It's just nice. And it looks like it's not even a connect everywhere from everywhere connection, because this train can only enter on this, well, this train could enter on this side and leave on the other side. Okay, so yeah, this platform just, this platform is special. Okay, I thought it was a little different. Everyone can go anywhere from this one. The only thing that's special is this way, is the only way out for this platform to the north side. There's no entrance on this side, but that's probably fine. No, this is pretty. I like the city. I still haven't figured out, is there a bus station here? Because what I want to know is if people go to the geothermal. Oh, people can actually reach this guy. Oh, that's surprising. 386 meters. That is surprising because pollution. Do we have a pollution problem? 76 health. That is not terrible. That's, considering you're right next to a power plant and relatively close to the refinery, that is not a bad thing at all. No, very nice. Very nice. This, I'm going to use some of this, I'm pretty sure, and hopefully some of you will use some of this too. Nice. Some distribution stuff, some other things. This refinery looks like you get all your workers from here. That's at least my guess. Is there any other connection? Nope, that's the only connection. It's a direct connection, and they're... look, gosh, I don't think there's any way I will understand the whole rail network, but that is cool. So you can get in there from here. This is just... Oh, this is a terminal station. That's pretty nice. How did you fix this, or how did you manage this? You actually make the trains about the length of the stations. Yep. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised, but I am impressed. Then you have this little... oh, gosh. Oh, this sounds like nothing, but look at this. This little voltage rail electrification station is perfectly in line with this piece, because these tracks are perfectly straight. This probably takes you about 10 tries before it's right, or before you're happy enough. And then you still have to align it with this side to make it align well enough on the over there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Just small things that take forever. Some normally placed ship places. Cool. What do you transport? You transport steel. Oh, okay. There's a steel connection. So this is just an export location. That's pretty nice. Small tanker. Okay. This one looks like just a ship dock, so this is not actually moving anywhere. I do wonder if there are any ships that can go under this bridge, because this passenger thing over there looked like it could. You probably could as well. Do I get... No, I don't get the dots. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if you build it in a way that you can actually connect all of this. So pretty cool. Oh, now we get into some bigger cities. Am I forgetting something here? No. Bigger cities. Okay, what's going on here? A lot more train traffic connections here. I'm surprised to see this double to single to short block to whatever is going on here into the passenger station. I would imagine that could cause some problems, and there's actually a train coming in trying to get exactly to that guy. But you're only using this in terminal station, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. I do like that the lines are actually named. I don't do this enough. Probably don't do this at all, but this makes perfect sense. You should do it. What do we have here? Trolley buses? Yes, we have trolley buses. Use multiple different public transport options in the game. It expands your gameplay a lot. It looks nicer. It works. I don't want to say it works better, because trolley buses won't work if there is no power, but they will slow down on snow. so you have to manage your winter and your services and all those things. So there are things that are going on. Here's another thing. This is all nice and flat, and then it slowly goes uphill. And again, the slope that Lee uses for all of these trains is adequate at the worst. It's at least adequate or better. So that's pretty cool. This is pretty nice. Look at this. There's just an open mall, kind of left open in the middle. Then this is a Palace of Culture. Looks like a official city building. Then there's some park area. This, oh gosh, making this X actually align with all of these paths, again, takes forever, and he did it twice. So nice. What do we have here? Medical University and then a television station. Let's see. Can we get a pretty good look at what's going on here? Let's turn that off. I don't think this gives it justice, but I'm going to take a picture anyways because there's a lot going on here. Do you see all those trolley buses? And that this one actually tells you this is the east side. Is there west side? That's not west. You are... what are you called? You're a palace? Okay. Oh, that's cute that you actually had all of those things named and... oh, yeah, that's nice. What's this one say? Surprised that you didn't rename the trolley buses themselves, but that's okay, I guess. Sorry, the trolley bus stations themselves, that you only use the big letters to make it do something, but I like it. Even that one. Krasnodar. I said that wrong, I'm sure, because there are accents on there that he actually used. Like it. Ooh, that would be a cool feature if the game itself actually names certain infrastructures like train stations with the city names. That'd be cool. Doesn't have to, but it would be cool. Because it already auto-names all the cities anyways. Here's another just nice crossing. No grade at all, and everything can just go underneath it. This takes work. This takes work and planning and redoing and replanning and re and a lot of time. So I'm going to keep pointing that out when I see it. I like it. Then we have just a big industrial area, looks like. Another rail distribution office that fits perfectly on here. I did find that placing these rails is not as complicated as it once was, but you do have to place this building first so you can get nice and straight from everywhere. Lee, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you started this before grid snapping was a thing. So I wonder how much rebuilding, reworking you had to do on here, but there you go. Yep, some setups here that make perfect sense. Again, the rail network is pretty extensive. I do know that he separates or segregates cargo and passenger traffic everywhere. It makes life a little easier if you want, but that also means you automatically have a lot more extra a lot of extra rail. So there shouldn't be a cargo train going on this path, but I don't think that's true anymore because I'm looking at this. There's a cargo train coming in right there. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Yeah, you're on the same track as the passenger train was just going, so maybe you'll compromise a little bit. That's fine. I'll get it. I get that. There are bridges here, placed. Nice. The pillars are exactly next to each other. That's... oh, I guess it's just a single track bridge, but it's nice. You left some dirt tracks in here. Lee. I didn't even look in the right camera. Camera's up there, not over there, but that's fine. Lee. Okay. Chemical setup. I think this is something that most of us probably have done once. There is just a lower... ooh, oh, this is nice. There's a lowered station here, but with a lot of underground paths, just direct connections, so they don't... they do have an entrance here and there, but I think it's nice. It makes it work, and then they just connect straight into the little crossroads that you have over here. That is neat. What's even neater, one, you have this tunnel and the actual crossing into a storage, into another storage, into a... oh boy. I don't want to know how many dozens of hours you put into this sector to just have all of these align in a reasonable way, because this is not going anywhere. And you have this one effectively flat. Let's see, how flat are you? Are you probably just flat? I wouldn't be surprised if you are. This is 30 meters, 31. 20, so very slight slope, and you're going downhill here, and then here you already this must have taken an eternity, because it all works. I wouldn't be surprised if most of the rail are effectively level. In this area, this one clearly goes down just a little bit, but that's just to a construction office. It's not even important. And then, gosh, yeah, no, it just takes forever. Oh, and you're using what are they called? These guys, forklift garages, to actually serve your rail construction office. That is pretty cool. That is well set up, very nice, and you actually have connections on both sides here for the construction office. That is really, really, really nice. Now this guy comes in here. We'll probably take a train ride. I highly doubt we're not going to do that. And then there's this almost mirrored area. This area is mirrored, and then there's a big forklift connection here. They're doing a bunch of stuff, which is awesome. There's a lot of stuff here connected to it. There's another big construction or forklift garage right there. There's one there, there's one there. There are a lot of these, and I'm sure they're all relatively full. 8. That's probably full for the vanilla ones. I don't know which ones you're using here. Let's see. The LK are 1.8 ton crabs. Those are all vanilla. Those are not the big ones. So yeah, you're effectively full at that point. Then to top it off, a nice quick rail distribution office sitting right there. A big train just getting unloaded here. It's just lovely. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's not always the big shiny buildings that need to impress you. Sometimes it's just if you know how much time it spends to build a certain area on things that you can't see right away. Let's see, can I get... Yeah, maybe this is a better indicator of how much work was done. You had to raise all of this, you had to lower this a little bit, you had to lower that, lower all of this, keep this kind of in an area where you could make all the connections. Then you get to this forklift connection, which is probably about 99.9% of the length that the forklift connection allows you. You have to play with that. Everything's kind of straight before grids were a thing, I think. So it just makes it more impressive. But let's move on from here. Big bridge. Yay. That's all. I don't think we need more. Big rail junction here with turns that are very reasonable. Like, look at this. It's just kind of swooping through this area, and even the sharper turns are not very sharp. Obviously, I don't understand all of the implications of what lanes or what routes go where, but I don't think I have to. I think it's just nice that they're here. Also very nice. There's a connection here with roads happening, and the factory connections just kind of swoop under it. I don't think I've done that before. I don't know why, but that's nice. I am not sure how I feel about this. It clearly works, but I'm surprised to see a level crossing on an interstate like this. I think you can do more, Lee. This is a little... Come on! Yeah, obviously it's nice, and gosh, yeah. Oh, you have 2 different bridge types connected. That is lovely. I know you did that in another place too, but that makes it look nice. And over here, oh, it just takes work. It takes so much work, and then this is mostly built by hand too, if I'm not mistaken. So it takes forever to build all these extra rail pieces. Oh yeah, that's a screenshot. That's what we're gonna start with. I don't know if this is impressive enough, but that's what we're gonna start with. Look at all those little cars on the train. They're like toy cars. They look like Beetles too. But no, this is all very, very lovely. Give me my controller back. All right, what else do we have going on here? Where am I anyways? I was over in that area. That's our 2 main power sources, and let's see how you do on the power grid. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's clean and straight, and I kind of like it. Ha! you did something here that I didn't expect, but that's cool. There's another interstate junction that is built up a little differently, and you're using just slight different angles to make things more interesting, and I like it. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. There, I think this is the main city. We're gonna get to that in just a second. what have we forgot? I know I haven't been here yet. Using similar buildings for cities, and this city, gosh, this is a 45-degree thing that you did. Yeah, I think it is. But everything is kind of angled in a very nice way, and it kind of works out. And if you probably line up right here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's perfectly straight. We're gonna say it is because I can't get close enough. But no, this just takes work. Again, this is before grid was in, I believe. And if not, Lee, don't say it because no, you can say it. No, there's everything there that you need. What else is going on here? More farms with rail connections. This is actually impressive to see that you only have one grain storage sitting there, which means your distribution offices have to work really hard to bring all your grain to a centralized storage, which is something I should do more because it's a lot easier and quicker to set that up. Do you have this rail connection here so that you can have fuel, this factory connection, that you can get fuel delivered here? I would assume you do. I'm not 100% if you do. Let's see. Do you have a fuel distribution office? You have a truck. That's a truck. 16 tons. That's a truck. Okay, cool. So there's road, there's that. There is a started power connection that doesn't know where it wants to go yet. That is fine. We're close to the border, and that's neat. That's neat. So in the end, you really look like you're using a lot of vanilla assets and pre-built cities to build all your stuff. The only thing that I've seen so far was a couple power-related buildings that are mods, and then the different stations that are a lot bigger and allowing more tracks. That's impressive. Very, very much so. This looks very, very planned. There's a lot of dirt. There's a lot of dirt sitting here, but it's just a city where you have to work a lot, and that feels right. Huge industrial area. Oh, Belasros. Very nice. And there's some serpentines. Going up here, they don't look like what I do at all, because mine would probably go down the middle and have like a 50-degree slope, and that would just be terrible. But very nice, very aligned, even though, well, it's up in the mountain, so it doesn't have to be that great. Ooh, it's a gravel quarry up in the mountain. That is beautiful. Because usually I find my gravel quarries on the flat, but this makes perfect sense because this is so remote that nobody should ever have to go up here. Put a fuel station there, put a substation there, put your unloading station there, and then you just have a little storage. There's a mod, as we just talked about, vanilla, not vanilla. This is the processing plant 2 because there's an input. Makes everything a little easier, and then it also has a through station, not just a one-way in and the same way out, so that's cool. There's a bigger switch. Those are fine, obviously. Everything is fine. Play it the way you want. There's nothing wrong with that. More power plants. I know that you don't need this, but because you only have 63,000 people, I think 2 power plants can handle about 80 or so, maybe 90,000, and I know you have more than that, but it's nice to have more power plants just sitting around. So that's pretty neat. What we've got here, got some fuel and bitumen, probably connected to places where they are required. But with underground pipes, that's very nice. What do we have here? Construction offices, obviously those are mods. And then a really, really clean conveyor belt action for coal. Why coal? Because it goes in a coal power plant. There's the heating plant. There is another coal power plant. Where else do you go? Another heating plant, another heating plant. Oh, that's lovely. How much coal you have sitting here. And the coal is coming from... Ooh, this is dangerous. If you connect this only to a coal processing plant, you must have mapped this out well, because there's only one connection here, and I doubt there's any other distribution. Nope, there's nothing else connected to it. So if everything here can run at 100% connected to just one coal power plant, that's pretty cool. You're producing 120 tons of coal a day. This one is consuming about 50, so that's half. I'm just doing the math now, I don't know why. 50, that's half. We have 3 of these, let's call them 9. So 3 times 9 is 27. So we're at 70, let's call it 75. 75 tons, you're consuming nothing. Oh boy. Are you doing the trickery thing? Oh, this is coal. This is definitely coal. Why is there a connection here? You require gravel. Gravel has to come from somewhere. Oh, you're using the same network. Oh, that's genius. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's great. Oh, there's your processing plant. And this one feeds into the same conveyor. So coal comes in from there. Gravel comes in from there. Mind blown. I have not done this in any of the settings. And I know that conveyors can handle multiple constants. I think I did it once for a harbor setup, but I've never done it for the industrial setup. I love this. This is great. It looks so clean. Why is there a kink here? It looks so clean. It gets everything that it needs for all the different things. And as you can see, the conveyors are not overloaded. There's just a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm sure that these are currently also running relatively empty. So if we get rid of a little bit of this and get them moving again, we should be... Oh, we don't... there's some. So some comes in there. But hey, as long as this works, great. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bottleneck here because the engines can only move so much, but that's fine. It's not really a problem. So, yeehaw! I love it. No, this is a very lovely setup. If nothing else, you should take this away from this video. This is how you set up just everything. So this is cement. This is prefabs. Prefabs come out from directly there. Cement comes out directly from there, even to the concrete plant, and cement runs on the opposite side here to another storage for export. Yep, that's great. And then you have your coal and your gravel. Coal obviously has to go into the cement plant because of reasons, and then coal has to go to all of these other places. And this guy actually lets you export gravel and coal if you really want to. This is very, very nice. And then the way it's built, excuse me, this rear construction office actually goes through this large storage, and it's lovely. What are you getting? You're even getting both. You are even getting both. This comes from a distribution office, I think, though. Yeah, they're already preset. Oh, that's lovely. That's okay. I'm just happy to see this. I don't know why I'm so happy, but great job, Lee. I love it. And then you even have more industries over here. 2 distribution offices with the flip functionality. You can make them look exactly like this now. Isn't that lovely? I like it. Just having them look like it's one building, really. We should have put some dark stuff in here. I'll do that for you. Don't worry. No, I'll just make it ugly. What we have here: manufacturing house, rail construction line, vehicle construction line, mechanical components. Just like smarter, more sophisticated industries over here. Same thing up on this mountain. And then again, everything is lowered outside of this, but on this mountain we have electronics and electrical components and a big warehouse and some small distribution offices. We're just going to ignore this. I don't think this is fully done. It's just there to build stuff or connect things. But I think that's why the tree gun was used extensively around here. But it's just nice, and we got the underpaths. Even the entrances are kind of aligned. This area is worth a visit. You should put some tourism buildings in here because nerds will like this. Oh, that's great. And I mean, look at all the infrastructure. All the infrastructure that is here obviously is functioning because I haven't seen a single traffic jam yet, and it's all laid out in reasonable slopes and reasonable alignments, and it kind of all works. It takes so much time to get this right, even if you know exactly what you're doing. Workers and Resources does not make this simple. So that is pretty cool. Let's see, do I miss something else over here? I'm sure there's another, yeah, there's some coal production sitting up here. There's a gondola bringing people up there, and the gondola is probably getting workers from this train station. So nothing surprising there, but it's all working, which is all what's important. Here we have the city. I mean, building this in an existing large city is not that simple because it takes a lot of thoughtful not removing this building and not removing this building and actually getting it in there. We have 6 tunnels sitting here. right underneath the city that are probably mostly loaded up, which is great. I wouldn't be surprised if there are no cargo trains passing through this. I'm not going to sit here for the 45-minute episode and see if there's a cargo train coming. Maybe we can see one. Nope, that's passenger. That's passenger. That's passenger. That's passenger. That's passenger. you see my point. I don't think there's anything happening here. So most of these tracks are used as passenger. This would be probably a good place to do some train spotting for, I don't know, a few minutes at least. How about we do that? It looks like most of the trains actually left full, just judging by how many people were on the platforms and then weren't afterwards. So this is working Einwandfrei, as we say in Germany. So I'm pretty excited about this. I know it takes a long time to get this one working, so pretty cool. What else do we have going on? Well, there's the city. It is probably relatively untouched. Besides, to turn it on, you have to move everyone away, or repurchase them when you don't have money, so I don't think that happened. And then move them back in. How are the people doing? Just no job, no hospital, and no sport. Out of 75 people, barely anyone is unhappy. That's fine. Unemployment, I haven't even looked at the stats yet. Unemployment is great. Health is not surprising because pollution is relatively high, because some of the worker cities have really close proximity to the industries. So that's not surprising. You have some booze, some doctor. Average lifespan is probably fine. I don't think you have a population problem, so don't have to dig into that. And government loyalty, 70%. That's not easy to do, well, without cars. That's essentially where you end up. And everything else looks great. Okay, so there's this city. Then there is the continuation of the track. We went down from 6-track to quad track. And that connects to the next city, the Lomonovas. And there's a little beachfront, not beachfront, lakefront, no, riverfront, that's what we call it. There is the tunnel here. Oh, it's a bendy tunnel. It goes underneath the city. Isn't that lovely? That was probably a lot easier than the other thing, but hey, that doesn't take away that this probably still takes a lot of time. Not a lot of people waiting there, I don't know why. Probably because they are needed elsewhere. Just big cities that probably, I'm sorry, I clicked on that. The city must not be completely full then. Maybe you're still working on this. I'll just leave that as it is. There's a small village here that's probably turned off. Oh no, there are people here. Oh, there are people here. You don't allow anyone to move in. Surprised to see that. That's fine. Okay. Road upgrade in progress. I think this is just an homage of trying to put like a little bit of activity into the game, because there's obviously nothing going on out here, but just upgrading parts of the road, make it look like there's active progress happening. That's pretty neat. I'm happy with that. Does this go anywhere? To Aleman. Aleman is Alemania, which is Germany in French? Aleman. Yeah, I think that's French. I think so. Town Market, there's just another city here. I wanted to check it out. There's another place here that I haven't actually looked at. These may just be the pre-built towns from the map. It looks like that one probably is. There's something going on up here. There's a big bridge. That looks like a bridge that was already there when we started. This was probably a great place to actually get going on this map if you start on this. Just a big mountain of something. Maybe some resources there. Where am I? I'm down there. There's some coal around us. There's a lot of iron around us. No oil. Some uranium ore. Some bauxite. Yeah, this is a perfect place to start if you really want to. But you have to build a road first. Good luck. I think that is really everything that I wanted to cover. Power lines running, all the places that they need to run to. This is a big, harbor-y area where harbors make perfect sense to plop them in there. They are exactly here. And then the inlet, the river part, there's a harbor here, but yeah, this bridge definitely does not let any ships pass. So anything on this side is just lost. There may be some passenger traffic going on that side. That's pretty cool. This part looks familiar. As in, I think I covered this map before. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, very similar. So if you find that map, maybe I can link it now at this point. If I find that again, you can compare the two different builds and see all the different things that you can do. Yeah, we definitely started here too. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Did I show this? Yeah, we were here because it says the funny Y junction. Cool. So very, very glad that Lee finally sent me this map. I know I was a little judgmental there on a couple places, but I've seen his YouTube on the Cities Skylines, and I know that he has a great eye for detail and pays a lot of attention to all that stuff. So I'm sure you would be mad if I don't point that out, if that makes any sense. I will be on my side, even though I don't have an eye for detail at all. But that's what we do. Let's find a train that we can follow around for a little while and hopefully see the site. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you appreciated this. I hope you liked this. Obviously, if you don't know who Lee is, I'll leave a link in the description below. He has a great channel if you like Cities Skylines. And I think he's going to expand to maybe this one. I don't know. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, again, thanks, Lee, for sending this to me. And thanks, everyone else, for watching. Like and subscribe if that's something you care about. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.